Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make calzones, pizza rolls, brisket rolls correctly. So that anytime we send out one of those, we can ensure that it's the same quality and it's consistent. So anytime we make a calzone, pizza roll, or brisket roll, we use a 10-inch dough and we stretch it a little bit bigger than the 10-inch wire, but it doesn't go on the wire right away. As I said, we're going to stretch out the 10-inch dough a little bit bigger than the 10-inch wire. So we're going to put the 10-inch dough on a cutting board, but before we put it on the cutting board, we need to make sure that it's floured so that it doesn't stick to the cutting board. So now that we have the dough on the line, the first thing we're going to do is put the requested amount of toppings on there. But when doing that, make sure you don't overload the calzone with the toppings, or else the cheese might not cook. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to use pepperoni and bacon. Now for calzones, we usually just use 5 slices of pepperoni for each calzone. So now we have to pour ricotta on the calzone. And ricotta goes on every calzone unless requested by the customer. Ricotta is found down here, in the bottom right, on the line, and it looks just like this. So now I'm going to put a tablespoon of ricotta on the top half of the calzone. And that's the reason why we have the ingredients in the middle, so we are able to put the ricotta in the top half. So now we're going to put cheese in the calzone. And we must weigh it over here. And we have to measure out 3 ounces of cheese in each calzone. So now we're going to fold the calzone over, and we're going to pinch it with our hands to form the calzone shape. So now we're going to pinch off the edges with the bottom of the pizza cutter. And now we're going to cut off the edges to make it look even. And also, make sure to cut it off as little as possible to make sure the customer gets as much as they pay. So now we're going to put on a 10-inch wire. So now to ensure that the cheese cooks properly, we're going to put in a small slit in the top. This allows the hot air to get into the calzone and cook the cheese better. So now before we put it in the oven, we must butter it first. And the reason we butter it is to add flavor to the calzone. And then we put it in the oven. So calzones and pizza rolls are going to be coated with oil and Parmesan and served with marinara. And for dining, it's going to be an open cup marinara. And for takeout, it's going to be served with a closed cold one. The reason the calzone's cut in half is so the customer is able to see that their ingredients are correct. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something today.
Birthday to you.